Well, it's too embarrassing to go into any real detail. Suffice it to say, I broke the glass in my left side rearview mirror on my old Kawasaki Vulcan 800 Classic. 0 miles per hour in the shop. So anyway, my first impulse was to call around for a replacement. Turns out they're just under $100, if you can find one. I couldn't. And it's summertime and I'm not happy about waiting around for days or weeks to get one. Saw some cheap Universal stuff on Amazon, but dismissed them all as junk. So I embarked on an effort to fix the old one. I have a category of backyard shade tree projects called another one of my good ideas that ain't worth a darn. Even money, this was going to fall into that category. But it didn't. So as you can see here, I disassembled it and found that the only other casualty other than the glass was a metric M6 pin that held everything together, which had broken off flush with the arm. So first I made a pattern using the metal base, then drilled out the broken pin and retapped the hole with an M6 tap. Then using a 1/4-inch SE bolt, which I turned down on my mini lathe and converted to an M6 replacement pin, I assembled it all with a little Loctite, just like new, or very nearly. Then what to do about the glass. Beat it down to a couple of big box stores, but everything they had was too thick. But I did pick up a glass cutter for about $4. Where am I going to find some cheap, thin glass? Of course, Dollar Tree. I found their vanity mirror selection and found one model that was just big enough. Never having cut glass before, I picked up 5 of them. I broke the first 2 due to not knowing what I was doing, then broke 2 more because I made them the same size or very nearly as the original. The original glass was about 0.65 thick, while the new glass was about 0.50. Because the perimeter of the base has a crimp all around that holds the rubber and glass in place, I tried to work the rubber and new, weaker glass down past the crimp. That's when I broke them. So with one last good piece of glass, I made it small enough to just fit into the base, slipping past the crimp with just a little effort. Of course, that meant it could fall out, so I beat it back down to the store and picked up some appropriate cement and glued the rubber to the base. The Dollar Tree glass was just a tad too small, so the corners on the smaller end came up a bit shy, but I hope the rubber gasket covers up the void. Looks good and works good. Only time will tell if it all holds up. Total cost, about $14.